Welcome to Calvin, the Digital Creative School. Yo, what's up? What's up? Wait, is my mic on? I think so, right? Yes, it is on, but it looks a little quiet. Let me turn that up. Maybe a bit too loud now. How about this? How about this? Okay, I think it's fine. All right. So today we're gonna have a little live stream for Strax. He sent something in that he wanted some eyes on, basically some creative ideas. So yeah, let's look at that. Strax, when you are available, join the live stream channel on Discord so we can talk together. So you could explain to me maybe more in detail what you would like to know, or we can just discuss it. All right, let me open it up here, the message. Nice. So I'm gonna switch over to my computer. All right, so let's see. It's a competition. Okay, so this is for a competition he's doing, or he's participating in. It's a very nice render. This looks really nice already. The only thing that sticks out to me a little bit as fake is how burnt out these light sources are. Because everything seems like a kind of like an analog image, and then the way these burn out, it feels a little digital, a little fake to me. I'm not sure how exactly image like that would look like. Let's see, analog photography, black and white light bulb. Let's see if we can find anything in that direction. Okay, so here, yeah, I mean, okay, it looks pretty much like a white surface here. I guess this is a good reference. It looks very much just white. I mean, who knows if this is actually an analog picture, but okay, maybe it is like photographically correct, but it because there's such big blocks of white, they take a lot of attention away from what is really important, which is this area here, right? It still looks nice, but I think, yeah, these big blocks of white, they take attention away, because always when you have a strong contrast level, right, you have these like dark lines next to the bright white blocks, attention will go towards those spots. So I think if you chill those down, or maybe like put a gradient on them, it would help to have the focus of the eye more in this area, which would be the next part that I would look at. Yes. This image is very nice. But the same thing here with these lights up here, they take so much attention because they just feel so bright. So yeah, I think it would be great if you could chill those down a little bit. Yo, Wrench, what's up?
There.
Wrench is in the chat. Oh, Strax, is that you? Oh, it is.
Yes.
Nice. Thanks for joining.
No problem, man.
Did you hear what I just said about the images here?
About the lights being too bright?
Yeah, them taking like a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if this is actually what you're looking for. Like I was like the feedback you're looking for, like I was just looking at the pictures and talking about that, but I'll continue with down here.
Okay.
Alright. So the model is based on a real ship, and its main purpose was to bring visualization to life. My idea right now is it starts as pitch black in front of the art piers, made by an artist who's passed away, and it's his year. Then make the whole interior show up. I think that's kind of like what you did in this test here, right? Like you show this art piece, and then the whole interior appears around it.
Yeah. So this was like a test render of what I can do.
Yeah.
And it's pretty simple with fine edges, then just tinting them and then applying a blue glow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is like a cheap way of showing that wireframe effect. It also makes it look interesting because this is going to be viewed in VR, right? Of
Yeah,
course, it's fast and it's not quite what I was having in mind, but nonetheless, I think
good
it
start.
genuinely. And then I have also the problem with color spaces again. but
Always those color
that's
spaces, yeah.
yeah, and like I'm still using After Effects for this because I'm not confident in Resolve to do it in this short matter of time.
Hmm. Yeah, with
Um,
time pressure, it's always hard to learn something new.
but yeah, that's like a problem I'm going to be solving a bit later. Right now, I'm just throwing around ideas to see what I can get to work and what I cannot get to work. But basically, the first shot is going to be of just slowly moving towards the art piece, and then slowly, gradually, the whole sheep appears. And then there's going to be another shot when the whole furniture also appears, and I think that's going to be like 30 seconds of some interesting content. Um, Now it's all about just getting it right, like the pacing, and also making sure it's not too fast, because I believe people will get nauseous in VR if it's happening fast.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Especially, I mean, I think something that you should probably not do is to rotate the camera, right? Like have the camera
oh yeah,
rotation
yeah, yeah,
static, just the location can be animated.
absolutely. So they can view around them themselves. It's just about moving the camera around to showcase the interior. But I think overall, I'm quite satisfied with how the idea is shaping out. Now, what I would require feedback on is some materials because I don't think they are looking as good as they should be. And overall, how you would do the lights, because the lights in my current project are just bright spots and they have no texture to it. And I've previously, when I did the animation, it was it was frustrating to get it right, and so I just settled with the current look. And the
Mhm.
floor I've also changed for this preview, but it's not what it's supposed to be. I feel like it's some kind of vinyl. Um, I've I have no idea how to like get the materials just right because it was obviously the reference is black and white, and the materials are probably no longer like in use, so it's just a bit hard to get a
Oh,
model. I mean, a material from a library or something.
oh, wait a
Yeah,
second.
like
So
this.
this is a reference picture. This is not a render.
No, no, no. This is an actual picture.
Okay. Did you trick me? I thought you made this. I thought this was already a render.
Oh no, that would be bonkers though.
I mean, you've been improving constantly, like in a steady pace. So I thought, okay, yeah, this could be it. Especially when you have black and white, it's so much easier to get away with stuff. With yeah, because getting the correct color balance and the correct color and everything is its own challenge. So as soon as you make it black and white, it's much easier to make something look realistic. So I
Yeah,
thought
now
this
that you
was easy.
mention it, it might actually be an interesting experiment to make it black and white as well in the animation. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. At least for a part. Maybe. I mean, maybe I guess in the beginning, I could imagine if the beginning was completely black and white, so people would, because it's gonna look more realistic, right? Because you don't have to worry about all that color conscious stuff. So people would be eased into it a bit softer, and like they're not gonna be
Mhm.
immediately, oh, this is fake, but they're gonna look at the black and white image and think, okay, this could be more realistic. And then later on, you could reveal the colors, maybe at a shifting point of the animation where you wrote something about like the wind blowing in with the curtains. I think that could be interesting with like the wind kind of like bringing in life into the interior space.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's I have very like ambitious ideas, but
Hmm.
with the time constraint and everything else going on, it's just I think I'm gonna have to like settle on something much simpler. Although I might revisit it later on. Not sure. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, all this is, yeah, this is some cool ideas. Okay, so let's check out the actual render. Here it is. All right, cool. Okay. So it's something I think I wrote some while ago already when you showed this the first time. I think that it would be really good to have some more detail and like breaking up the pattern of the ceiling, right? Because in the reference there's like
Mhm.
so many little different textures and different patterns here. and little objects also in between, like this sprinkler or something up here. So I think for me the ceiling is the biggest giveaway for it being CG right now, because it is such a repetitive pattern.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
But
also
then,
see.
how would you do it? Would you actually make faces in the same sizes right now, and then individually assign different materials? I mean, make it like a preset and then just assign them.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that would work? Yeah, because I was thinking this is just one repetitive texture right now,
Yeah.
and it's just not gonna. I don't think I can get it work procedurally. I would have to like manually assign to faces.
Yeah, but I think that's fine. I think you can just like
Yeah,
split it
it's a
up
simple
into a
object,
grid.
so
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
would work absolutely.
Let me see if Eevee can. I wanted to see it with the actual texture mapped correctly. Let's see if Eevee can handle it.
Yeah,
I'm always
that's my weak point.
I'm always afraid when opening
Optimization.
your object. Yeah, I'm always afraid when opening your projects that my PC just crashes.
No, this one was not as heavy, I think.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, it runs pretty. Oh, it runs so smooth. Nice. I can actually just walk around here. All right, cool. Okay. So yeah, I think you're gonna figure out the ceiling by yourself pretty well. So let's just try out the ceiling lights here, because even if this is a real image and it looks like this in real life, I think it still takes away too much attention, these ceiling lights. So let's just see how we can manage that, how we could do that better.
Yeah, the main two things I would like to get feedback on is in the floor material and ceiling lights. Yeah, this is like, and then overall, if you have any suggestions on how to make the animation actually like animating things, maybe simulating curtains, but I don't think that I'm gonna be able to do that, even though unless there's like a super easy way of doing it though.
Animating curtains. I mean, I think with the cloth sim, I think it should be pretty doable. Maybe even just making like a cage. But yeah, let's try that out later. I'm gonna start with the light sources here. So, okay, so light. It's only one slot. Stand. That's from the top. Okay. Like body. Let me just see if this is correct. Yes. Okay. So I just want to try to add a gradient here, a gradient texture that kind of just like makes it look a little more distributed. I'm going to use where's the middle point? The middle point is not quite in the middle of the object, which is always a bit harder then.
Or maybe you can just set origin to, if you do F3 and then just type in set origin to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's also here in the right-click menu.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have it set on a shortcut, so I don't even know where it's. Yeah.
That are all these models the same? Are they all using the same mesh?
I believe so. Should be.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, cool. So they're all correct now. Nice. Okay. Let's set object to the mapping here, and then I think I should just single this out so the render is faster. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now we got the gradient basically from the middle of the object, and then we can. I think I would scale it in this direction a little bit. I'm just gonna make it like this, so it maybe feels like there's a tube inside, you know. Just want to get a little bit of detail on the surface there. Okay, and then we're gonna mix that together. So I'm gonna get a value out of here. So the strength is a value now that we can modify, and then I'm gonna add a multiply math node here and add this to the multiply. And now it should, yeah, now we have a little bit of texture in there.
Extra, yeah.
I think it should help. Let's see.
Yeah, just I think continuously save just in case.
Good idea. Be a bit brighter again. Wait, so if we don't have this at all, it's just cooling it down a little bit. Maybe we should actually make this bigger then, maybe more like this. It's brighter. Okay. And then this is the actual, you're like adding another light source to like actually give the scene some more light because the object itself wasn't enough.
Yeah, I've been told to just make the texture look okay and then add in the light, because that way you actually make the scene brighter, and I think at the same time it's supposed to run faster than if you do object.
Yeah, that's true.
And then another thing I want to add to the list of what I would like to do is add in volume scattering, so you get some God rays. But the problem I have with that is that every time I do it, the whole thing becomes washed out, and I'm not sure how
Yeah.
you would go about it.
Yeah, there's a cool way in the volume settings that can like make it less washed out. So yeah, let's try that. I personally think
I'm just gonna write down things and then we go like down the list, if that's okay with you, so I don't forget about anything.
Yes, for sure. I personally think these lights are a bit too bright. It feels a little unrealistic, so I'm gonna turn them down a little bit and maybe turn up the brightness of the windows, because that should make more sense to like have a lot of light through the outside.
That's a portal, so it's just...
Oh, I see. So using the HDRI for the light?
Yeah, it's a mix. I think it's actually Nishita. I made basically a blend of an actual HDR, but I think if it's gonna be burnt out, then I think you can just get rid of the HDR, but to even make it run better a bit.
Maybe I'll just add another sunlight, because then it's gonna be super easy to control. Let's see if that works. Oops.
So you're trying to... can you again say what you're trying to achieve? I think I have a better method.
Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to like get it to look more like the room is being lit by the sunlight, by the exterior.
Oh, right. In that case, I think it might be better to just increase the strength of Nishita, and that should do it, right?
All right, let's try
So
that.
if you go down there, down left. So this is my setup. This is the HDR, and this is the Nishita. Yeah, sky texture. Then if you just want to make the sky burnt out more, you can just increase the strength of HDR. It's not going to affect the scene.
Oh, so the HDR is only for the camera. It's not affecting...
Yes, it's basically just a mask.
Okay,
and then you can increase the strength of the HDR, and it's going to look blown out, if that's what you were looking for.
Oh, wait. That's a bit too... Oh, that's the sun. Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, I made it so the shadows were a bit softer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's the right way to do it, but it kind of made it...
Yeah, I do it also sometimes, but I want to try to like make it look a little bit more realistic, I would say. Let's just try experiment a little bit here.
So if you have the sky texture add-on, that one looks great out of the box.
Oh
in
yeah,
my
yeah, that
opinion.
one is just immediately realistic.
Yeah, I love it ever since you've shown it.
So I think if like some of these chairs and objects catch some sunlight, I think that's gonna add a lot of realism. Like this maybe. Yeah, I think that adds a lot of depth having these like clear
Mhm.
sun spots in the room, like on the
Yeah, I
chairs and on the
think
floor.
the problem with my setup was that I went too much into soft shadows. I don't know.
Mm. Let's look at the reference again. Yeah, you don't have like strong shadows here from
Probably,
the outside, but
probably because curtains. Yeah, I didn't make the second layer of them, so
yeah,
there's like actually open window.
yeah, I see, I see. But I do think these light shafts here, the light in the room looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely have tweaked it too much.
Let's let's keep them like this for now, maybe. Keep it like this, so it's easily readable. All right. I want to try again to maybe turn these down a little bit so the sunlight fills room more. Yeah, yeah. This almost feels realistic to me now. Is
Damn,
it?
yeah, you're right. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
getting
Fantastic.
it's getting pretty close, I would say. These maybe we can increase the brightness of these light sources a little bit.
I
Yeah,
think I really love what you've added, like some texture to it. I didn't think of using gradient in that way. That's a really nice trick, honestly.
yeah. It always adds so much to like basically anything in the real world isn't really the same color or the same uh,
Hmm.
brightness all over the place, right? So having a little gradients on everything in CG also helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely, and because increase the amount of sun coming in, the colors look better.
Mm.
Obviously, I use the black body, which then makes it look a bit more artificial, which is right, but it's better to just use sun.
Oh, you mean this black body temperature here?
Yeah, I basically set it to a bit more of artificial light as you would have in a real world, but yeah.
Mm. Yeah, maybe. Wait, what would be the temperature from like a light source like that?
It depends. I think they were using the neon lights, so it would be very cold, like you would have in a um, I don't know, a hospital thing vibe like. So I would say like 7K,
7,000. Oh,
maybe 6.5.
let's try that.
That would be very cold,
Oh,
I think.
that's pretty blue. Yeah, yeah, it does feel a little off. I'll just
Yeah, I
keep it how
can.
you had. I think it works still. Okay, so yeah, this feels pretty good. Let's try. Wait, you also said something about the floor, right? Like the floor not feeling correct
Yeah.
yet.
So the floor texture, I think, from reference, I was looking. It. How would you get those uneven sh- light reflections? I guess. Because
Oh,
right now
okay,
it's
it's this thing.
I used a completely wrong material. It just looked somewhat
It's
okay,
like
but
some leather material,
it's
right?
yeah, it's leather.
Let's look here. Okay, I'm gonna try a different material here from Blender Kit. It's written like this, vinyl. Wait, where is it?
Yeah, I think I used the
Oh yeah,
the gray one.
that's
But
weird.
it's weird. Yeah, the vinyl is not supposed to be. It was some kind of fake mass. I'm not sure how to call it entirely in English, but
Yeah, I don't really consider like what's being shown here. I don't really see that as vinyl. Maybe it's called vinyl because it's the kind of material that's getting used, but not the look of it.
mhm. um, I think it's out of use, obviously, which then means that it's going to be harder to get a good reference because people are not going to make a material of something that you barely use, right?
Mm. This wood floor looks pretty nice, but you want to be accurate, right? Like it should be like in the original.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what even was the material. I'm just trying to get based off reflections and the structure of the floor. I don't know, like I think you're gonna have better time doing something maybe non-conventional, but it looks the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got a good start, but it's like because it's like such a small pattern. Like here, you can definitely see some like bigger patterns of like these big
Yeah,
splotches, these
in a
smaller
way,
ones.
it reminds me somewhat of marble, like this patterns at least.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, let's see. Um, Vinyl marble. It just keeps showing the vinyl stuff. The vinyl that doesn't look like vinyl. Oh, wait. Oh, this kind of stuff. This could. Yeah, yeah. I think what you said, like marble, is kind of like the direction, like this kind of
And
thing
then
here.
you just add in custom roughness so it's not as
Yeah, and also maybe some not some additional normal map to give it that warp that this has. So
Mhm.
let's try that. Okay, yeah. Right now, I think it is like style-wise, like pattern-wise, pretty close. So now we can dial in the shader look and the bumpiness of it.
Mhm.
Let's see how it looks before
So
we fade
right
away.
off the bat, I think color ramp, right?
Let's color ramp. Oh, it's super dark. The hell?
What happened?
That looks so different suddenly.
Did you change to Eevee by any chance? Because the windows look off.
Oh, I know what I did. I disabled the scene light in scene world. That's what happened.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Oh shit, we're out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, the color is definitely too strong. So yeah, let's try ramp here, color ramp for this for the main texture, color texture. Yeah, I think you're right. Like the pattern itself looks pretty much like it is in the reference. So
Maybe a
that's very
tiny bit
nice.
smaller, but yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Just add a value number here, then we can. Yeah, that's always so strange to me that you have to increase the number for it to be smaller. It's like so reverse.
I think of it as an UV. Like if you go into image editor, then you have the same area and you have to increase the image for it to look smaller. So it's like inverse.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's counterintuitive.
So I think that is kind of fine. Let's just disconnect the metalness and roughness and normal and just control that manually. Roughness, it is a bit yeah, it's definitely a bit reflective here. Metallic, definitely not. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, a tiny bit. Yeah. Yeah, that is getting pretty close. I feel like we should, because right now the whole room is like extremely yellow, or like this wood color. Maybe we should give this a little bit of a different tint to make it. But it's kind of difficult to find a fitting color for this. I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. Wait, we still have the old material, right? I would like to have like see.
uh, yeah, it's a vinyl something.
This one probably. Oh no, actually, no, actually, what we have does add a lot. Right, we just need to dial it in. Yeah, the color is pretty similar. Okay, I think we should just make it a bit darker. Yeah, something like that. A bit rougher. Okay, and then let's try out to give it that warping look. I think that looks a bit like a Voronoi. Is that Voronoi texture that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, and then you just add in some noise to distort it. I think that should look fine.
Some softness to it, yeah. Yeah, a little bit more
Oh yeah,
detail.
yeah.
There we go. Yeah, this is getting closer to what it actually looks like. Okay, yeah, let's just try to use this as a normal map already. Wait, position, is that already? Oh no, this is
No, I
something
think you
else.
have to bump.
Displacement, bump height.
What's the difference between normal and bump? I still don't get it.
The bump basically just adds information to the normal information. Like the normal is where the faces point towards, right? So you can have a texture that kind of controls that. And the bump, if you add a height information to that normal information, it just adds that on top of the already existing normal information, gives you a new normal, basically. Does that make sense to you?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it should be very weak. Oh, actually, let's maybe scale this up because it looked a little bit repetitive. Maybe we can.
Maybe mix it with noise and then add a small factor.
Let's try that. Nice texture. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted. But this is all noise. Let's see. Let's make this big. A lot of detail. Okay, that could work. Mixing those two things. Yeah, okay. And then we just need just a little bit. Let's see how it looks in the scene. Oh, Keanu's also in the stream. What's up, man? It's been a while. Yeah, I'm doing very, very well. I'm doing preparing a lot of projects right now that I'm very excited about. Okay, let's see how it looks in the room. Yeah, I think it's working. Just need it a little bit. Maybe we should actually use this for controlling the roughness also a little bit, because it kind of looks like in the reference that there are more bumpy parts. Maybe we should just use that to advantage here too. Maybe actually the noise pattern. Let's try that. Get the noise pattern as a color ramp here. Plug that into the roughness. It's, oh wait, no, that is the wrong way. That's way too extreme.
Yeah, I think you just have to make it less black, and that should work.
You're right, yes.
So literally the color black, make it more white, in my opinion. So it's not like a puddle, but subtle.
It's kind of strange how the cutoff point is so clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of strange. Hmm. I think it is pretty close already. Like I think the bump is already doing a pretty good job of like making some parts look more rougher than others. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's basically
Yep.
how real life works too, right? I think. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I think it is working pretty well. Yeah. Maybe there's like a little less contrast in this floor texture. This.
Oh yeah, that looks much closer. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. All right, so I think the floor is fine for now. Let's try the volume thing. So I'm gonna just add a little box here, a cube. I'm gonna make it place wire. I'm just gonna scale it up so it just encapsulates the room. Because the problem also when you make the cube or like the volume too big, where the fog is inside, that the light outside also needs to travel through it. So when it's like basically everywhere, you won't get so much sunlight in your room anymore because the sun also has to travel through all that fog.
I've just noticed, can you go to the window? There's one missing. I hid it in the viewport.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, there we go.
There it is. Volume. Okay, and then going back to the render view.
Just a reminder, safe.
Thank you. Saved it.
Well, awesome. I like
Volume. And now let's remove this and add a volume. Usually I just use the volume scatter. There's also this the more complex volume BSDF thing. Oh no, principled volume is called. But I think volume scatter already does the job really well. It's just a bit simpler. Right, density. Okay, so like now we see what you mean, right? Like it's super scattered. It looks pretty cool though. Like it actually looks pretty sick.
yeah.
It looks pretty sick, but yeah, you can what's it called? Like almost see
Barely
nothing.
see.
Yeah, barely see. Let's turn the density down a little bit. And then one way that I found.
I already know what the problem was. Why I couldn't get it to look good.
Ah, okay. What is it?
Because you changed the world lighting at the start. Now it's much more like not realistic. It's the way it's supposed to be, right? I did too many adjustments, and then it was it was scuffed. I don't know.
I see.
That's like,
So like you've overdone the world setup, maybe.
yeah, in a wrong way, not really accounting in the fact that I want this god raising. But yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so usually the way I do my volumetrics is with this anistrophy slider. Because do you know how this slider works? It's kind of strange. Anisotropy.
It's supposed to be if you're looking into the light, it changes. I read about it, but it's quite complex.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Like basically, it's kind of like the likeness of, because when the light ray goes through volume, it basically I think with every pixel it recalculates if it should bounce in a different direction, right? Or how much it should bounce in a different direction. And the higher this is, if this is like all the way to 1, that means the likeliness of the part of the light beam bouncing somewhere else is 0, or it's like basically 1
going through.
Just means it goes just keep on going straight. So
Okay.
if you have it very low, that means it kind of like bounces like very small angles all over the place. And the funny thing is, if you inverse this, if you have like an inverted number, then it's the opposite. So like particles or like light that goes in this direction is more likely to bounce back into the other direction.
Oh, okay.
So you get different kind of effects with this. And I do like the effect a lot when this is very high. So that means you see very sharp volumes when you're like in a position where you look into a volume shaft, right? So like this, which
Mm-hmm. This is God Ray, yeah, the
yeah,
way
yeah,
it's supposed to be.
yeah, which makes it much
Nice.
easier to get sharper God rays, but it's also also don't see them the same strength from everywhere. So it really depends on the shot that you have set up. So maybe let's turn it down even more. It's 0.1.
Do you ever play with the color? Like, is this a thing you even change, or is it fine being white?
Usually I don't change it because it's already, the color is basically the color of the light, and that looks most natural in the most cases for me. I guess this is
Mm-hmm.
only if you have like a something in the air that has its own color. If it needs it, if you need for storytelling, for example, if you have like poisonous gas, then it would make sense to have it green, right? So it looks like there's some poison in the air. Let's see. Yeah, this looks pretty dangerous.
Okay. Yeah.
0. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's also like these new these new phases here. I think me was for something like raindrops in the air. Diameter, yeah. So you have these like different ways of rendering volumes now, which I think it's worth to just check out and see if they make it look more like you imagine it. Oh, I guess this kind of does it. This kind of like makes them pretty clean. On ray length, rain. Oh, this does the opposite, kind of. This makes it extremely soft, but also looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. I think, honestly, I think me... Oh, wait, was this better? Oh, no, I think me is the best. It looks like the light rays themselves are the brightest in this one. Yeah, it's just gonna take a while to render these images. Especially if you want to do a animation. Volume always takes so much render time.
Yeah, I'll see how I end up with time-wise. It's gonna be like a minute of animation, so that's a lot of frames.
Yes,
But
that's a lot.
I gotta say, I'm like really impressed with how fast it's rendering now. Because 32 gigs of VRAM, it's just a night day difference. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Is there anything else you would like to try out?
Maybe a bit too hard. It may make them a bit more subtle, but I think okay, that's like a thing I'm gonna.
Is it Masato? You mean,
Um,
oh, you mean the volume?
yes, the volume. I think it's a bit too strong, but overall, yeah, it adds some. It makes it definitely more interesting.
Oh yeah, I think if it's if we just keep it super subtle, it just adds a little bit to the realism, but doesn't take the center stage like this, I guess. Yeah, you can kind of feel like there's some kind of volume in the space now, even if it's not super visible. But if I turn it off, it definitely looks much more a little bit fake, I would say. Yeah, definitely. Do you see the difference?
Yes, like it helps with the colors. They don't look as orange anymore. They look like more the wall. Like for example, in the distance, it's
Yeah,
much more.
yeah. For the back of the room, it makes a big difference. Yeah, okay, nice.
All right.
We can
Um,
try some simulation on the curtains if you like, just to see if there's like a quick solution.
Actually, there's another thing I think I would like you to see how you would do it. So I
Yeah.
sent in another file, anchor file. How would you make
Mhm.
the liquid seem if it like popping out of the water? This
Ah,
thing, right? So
Yes.
it basically emerges from the water and a few drops fall off, and that's it. Like nothing too special, but simulations are not something I'm good at, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, simulations are also for me a bit annoying, but I mean, definitely here you would want to generate a low resolution mesh for this, for the water simulation. So how I would do that is just duplicate the mesh, I'm gonna isolate it, and then here in the object settings we have this remeshing feature now. Voxel 0.1 meter. I'm not sure how big this is, so let's just keep it with 0.1 meter for now.
It's about 20 centimeters, like.
Centimeters. Oh, then this is probably too big. I'll just click it first, so just see, because I don't want it to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we can lower it a lot. Let's do 0.05. Let's see, remesh. Yeah, that looks
Okay.
fine. Still a little too high density. We can still have a low resolution. Let's do double that, 0.01. Yeah, okay, I think this is good for water simulation. All right.
Another question: would you say it's better to do it in Blender, or would you use Liquigen?
Oh,
Liquigen.
Liquigen would definitely be much more fun to do this.
Yeah, but did you get it to work to like get it back into Blender? That was the main issue I had.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I only used it once on that like new tool Tuesday. I don't
Yeah, I
remember if
remember.
I export it
No,
back to Blender?
I don't remember. That's the thing. No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
not
I don't
sure.
know if it's easier to just do in.
We can definitely do it in Blender, but it's, yeah, as I said, like it's just a bit annoying, a bit frustrating. It's, um, what's that? Double merge distance. By distance, yes. I'm just wondering, why is this so sharp? Oh, it's this. Okay. There are some geometry errors here. Hmm. This could fuck up the water simulation pretty bad. Let's try a different remesh way. So, okay, I'm gonna try it with geometry nodes, because there's a cool way to do it with geometry nodes. Duplicate this, so isolate it, and then let's call this remesh volume. I'm gonna make the geometry to what was it? Mesh the volume, yes, easy. And then we turn that volume back to a mesh. Uh, mesh to volume, mesh to volume to mesh, volume to mesh. Here you go. Okay, and then we basically just increase the voxel amount. Decreases, and we can decrease it until we get something good here. Which direction was it? Yeah, because at least in this way we don't get any weird like islands and stuff like that. Yeah, this one's pretty clean. Let's reduce it a little bit. Yeah, we want to make it as small as possible while still having all the detail necessary for the simulation. about this threshold here. That seems fine. Okay, I think, wait, adaptivity? What is this? Oh, this kind of like subdivides it where it's not. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, I think we can get a little bit of this to save some geometry. But that, again, could fuck the geometry up. Like, yeah, I think I'll just keep it off, just to be sure that the geometry is safe for simulation. For simulation? For simulating.
Mm.
Okay, so we got this modifier now. Let's make sure it's protected so we can use it over and over again. And then just apply it. Okay, so now we've got a mesh here. Yeah, I think we can use this for simulation now. Alright, let's go back. And I'm gonna turn this into viewport into a wire. Parent it to the original. Transformation, yes. Maybe even not a wire, maybe bounce is actually better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I think there's like a easy way to set up a fluid simulation, which is...
Isn't it just quick liquid or something called?
Exactly, yes. So this is the bounce. Somewhere here. Quick effects. Liquid. Yes. Wait, this looks new. I don't remember the liquid looking like this and playing back so fast. Wait, what the hell? Since when is it so fast? Alright. Okay, let's change the cage here. Did they update the liquid simulation in Blender?
I'm not sure, never used it.
So let's keep like this. It seems way faster. What the hell? Dude, this is sick. Since when is it so good? When did this happen? Yeah, so yeah, we're basically creating the cage where this one mesh here is the cage where the liquid can flow in. And the smaller it is, the higher resolution we can have. This should be fine. We basically just need to simulate it around the anchor when it's leaving. Which this is the mesh that kind of controls how full it is, right? Like the starting water. So let's do it like that. Nice, yeah, so it's like super still in the beginning, and then we can turn this into a collider or something. Let's see, fluid, effector, collision, yes, okay, does it work already? Doesn't do anything yet. Okay, let's try animating it. So I'm going to put this underwater. Keyframe here. Here. Rotate it a little bit. Alright, is it? Oh, it's
yeah, rotated.
Oh yeah, it's wrong rotated. Wrong rotation. Let's see. Do anything? Doesn't do anything. Why is
It
that?
also rotates 180.
Yeah, that's fine for now. I just wanted to see. I just
Alright.
want to see it interacting. Unclosed mesh. Did they? It seems like they changed the systems a little bit where domain, flow, liquid flip. what is guide even? You know what? Let's just add more simple objects. See if that if that makes any difference. Fluid, vector, collision. Yeah, that changes the water a little bit. So let's yeah, this does affect the water. What does it? I'm not sure if it actually what exactly it does. Let's see. I'm gonna invert. So it's like going in instead of going out. So let's see if we can get a splash. Okay, somewhat. Like not really. It's just unstable. Feels like the water simulation starts a little bit later also. Huh. What is happening here? It doesn't really interact with this cube how it should. Sorry, Strax, I'm also figuring this out right now. Trying to make it work.
Yeah, like I'm also lost in the dark here. It's
Let's try the other method here, epic. Epic. Huh. Hmm. Liquid. Yeah, I mean, this does something, but for some reason... Oh, wait. Oh, now it's doing something. Oh, was it because it's like, it's still caged? Okay, something... So why is this not interacting? Is it because it's surface thickness? Maybe we need to turn this up. Distance, okay, let's just try that. Okay, something is happening. Yeah, something is happening. It just seems very unstable. Yeah, I still don't like the Blender liquid simulation. It just feels so hard to control. It's so hard to understand, man. It's so hard to understand what you're supposed to do to make it look good.
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just search tutorials and hopefully someone did something similar.
Yeah. I want to try. Do I have flip fluids? Because flip fluids, the add-on is really good. I like to use that one. Do I still have it activated right now? Flip. No, I don't have it right now. Let me download it. But yeah, so fluid simulation is. I would make your life much easier by not using the built-in fluid simulation tools in Blender and like use something else, because it's just you will get better results and you're
What
gonna
about
have much more fun doing it.
what about if we try Liquidgen for a real quick, if we can get it to Blender, if you have it on, of course.
Oh yeah, I still have it installed. Okay, let's see.
The other one should be like more straightforward.
If Liquidgen
And then,
works.
do you think it's gonna work that I just blend the wave modifier with this simulation, since it's gonna be like moving all? It should blend in nicely, yeah.
I think we should be able to have like the real water simulation underneath the ocean, and then just have it like for the water spray and stuff. And you could have wave, not wave, dynamic paint, a
Ocean.
dynamic paint on top of the ocean surface to have
Okay.
kind of like ripples over the ocean with the object coming out too. Have you ever done that before?
No, but I think it's not that hard, right?
Yeah, yeah. Wait, I think let me just try it if that actually works. So we're adding an ocean here. Nice. I'm gonna make it much smaller. Smaller size. One. Ah, here we go. Small waves. Also time. Frame. Oh, that's fast. 20. 5. Okay, so we have a little bit like of a moving surface here. And then we're gonna add another, oh wait, is it here? Yeah, dynamic paint, canvas, vertex, not paint, but waves. All right, so we got some waves happening on that, and now we need to make this brush, add brush. And now it should affect it already, but maybe we need more.
Do you think it's possible because you added a low mesh?
Yeah, I think we need more resolution here on the waves. Something like this. Ah, yeah, there you go.
Okay, okay. I didn't think it's that simple, actually.
Yeah, now you got some little waves on the ocean too for that. So yeah, if you combine this together with a little bit of water like splashing up with it, I think you're gonna have it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't think it's this straightforward. Thanks, man.
Yeah, at least this like simple simulation is very straightforward in Blender. If everything else is difficult, this is at least easy. Yeah, and then yeah, let's try exporting this to Liquidgen. So how long is the animation to that point? The Quad Alembic selection only. That should be fine. Okay. Oh, it's so much water!
Bolwa.
A couple more water! Wait, do we have like a setup here that's just a pool maybe already? Who sets, I guess this? Couple bottle of water? Yeah, I guess we can make the thing come out of here. Nice, okay.
Just reverse.
Yes, exactly. Can we get it brighter? It's so dark. Why is it just so dark? What the hell? Oh, is it because the sun is setting? Ah, here we go. Okay. It's bright. Nice. Yeah, let's see if we can import our object now. Import file path. Oh, it's Alembic, yes. I'm gonna delete this one. We don't need that. Okay, and then we need this as a collider. Can we put multiple in? Oh yeah, we can put multiple in colliders. But actually, I'm gonna create a new one. Collider mask. Oh wait, not maybe geometry. Mask one. This thing. Where is it? Could be that the scaling is also very off. Oh yeah, it's way too small. That's it. Transformation. So let's scale it by 100 times. Oh, no, it's too big. Okay, let's do 10 times. Yeah, make it a little bit bigger. Too big. 200. 300. Okay, that should be fine. Let's see if it already works. There we go. Oh shit. Ooh, what the fuck? Why is it splashing so crazy? Oh my god, it creates so much splash. It shouldn't be that extreme. Oh, maybe because it's both at the same time. Let's see. Is it exploding? Why is it exploding like this? It's just like shooting up. You see this?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. The beginning looks really good. It's like coming out here. Perfect. Very nice. And then suddenly just starts shooting up for no reason. Well, at least we have a better result than in Blender already. It's just too fast. Oh, maybe it's the voxel size. Right, let's try just a different number here. This makes everything explode. Why? What if we increase this? I don't know, it feels like something is wrong with the mesh or something. Like, there's no reason for it to explode like this. It's not even touching the water there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's try to like just what the fuck? It just immediately makes it explode. Okay, something is wrong with the mesh. Um, let's actually try to just export the original mesh. See what that does. Even though it probably should give us a worse result. Yeah, because this mesh is chaotic as fuck. Huh. This mesh should work. Not sure why it doesn't.
What if you try putting in static,
Static
and
mesh?
then animating it within, like maybe it could be. No, okay.
Yeah, that works.
Maybe they have a problem with
Oh wait, the bottom
animation.
doesn't. The bottom doesn't collide. Only the. What the hell? Only the top collides.
Mm. Do they have like? I remember in Unity you have different types of object collision. Do they have anything related that it's not? It's just a.
It seems like something with the mesh is wrong because the top part only collides. The bottom part doesn't. Something is definitely wrong with this. Yeah, because the bottom doesn't do anything when it like enters and exits the water. Yeah, something is wrong with them. I think with the export. Just something is wrong with the export. Let's actually just export it statically, like you said, and animate it in LiquidGen. See if that does anything. Export this. This isn't. Oops. See, Alembic again. 2. Selection only. Yes. Okay. That file. Okay. Let's see if we play this. What the hell? What? It splashes somewhere completely different. What's happening, dude? I mean, maybe this is a bug because I still have like a early version of this program. Maybe this is something they've fixed by now. Oh, wait. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Oh, but now
It
it's
still
exploding again.
explodes, but
Oh, this looks pretty. Oh shit, it still explodes. Oh my god. It
okay.
must be something with the mesh, that the mesh is like maybe too weird for LiquidGen.
No.
Yeah, this is not normal.
Oh,
It just keeps exploding. Yeah, dude, I don't know. But I don't know.
yeah.
You
I'm
should
like,
try a little bit out yourself. Maybe like download the latest version of LiquidGen Because it seems
Yeah,
like something that should
I'm gonna
definitely be doable.
try some things, but if nothing works, I think even the ripple effect is okay. Honestly. Yeah.
Flip fluids. We can try flip fluids the next days too. I'm gonna install it, play around a little bit with
He
it.
said, Splifium said to check chat.
Oh, I didn't look at the chat for a while. Um, maybe it should be done way slower and sped up later. Yes. But yeah. But I don't think this exploding is a speed issue because it's just like kind of like happens immediately,
Maybe
like for some reason.
the only thing I think we can try now is to increase the hertz setting, that it makes it slower. Maybe that's gonna help. At least in Embraer. I think it's also here. In simulation. So if you go into the simulation node, there should be
It's okay. Simulation. Here the
a
hertz.
step rate. Maybe if you put it with a much higher number, I don't know, one. It's just exploding, but slower.
Okay, but it looks like it's not. It looks like it's not starting like a chain reaction. It looks like it's controlled. Yeah, it looks like it's controlled now. It doesn't seem to.
Splifium also said to animate it and then press play.
Hmm. This seems to work. Yeah, it doesn't create that like weird endless explosion thing. Yeah, maybe we just needed more steps for the animation, for the simulation to not break. Yeah, because now it looks controlled. Okay, man.
It's closer, yeah.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
so I'm just gonna play with it. I think it's. Wait, can we just try whatever the simulation is right now to export it into Blender before I spend way too much time tweaking it and then realizing I can't do it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming out and it's not creating a weird shockwave. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so that means we need to add some keyframes here. Let's form position forward a little bit. Like
Also, maybe just rotate it more upward so it's not gonna do as big of a.
I see what you
It's
mean.
probably gonna work faster, in my opinion.
So frame 240 maybe. Out of the water. Will it
So yeah,
explode?
regardless of the look, I just wonder if it's like a good workflow. But
Okay.
this does look much closer, honestly.
Oh, yeah, there's like a weird explosion happening in the center here right now. I think it's a geometry thing. Like, yeah, I think the geometry still needs to be a bit cleaned up. But at least the hertz made it more stable. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, let's try exporting it. Export, no render, just export the data. Export mesh. Get the mesh here. Water test 1. Okay. frames. Let's do up to 240. I hope it doesn't take too long.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't even know if I can export because I don't
You need
have a
to sign up.
license.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a license. I can't even export right now. But what does it export as? Is it like an Alembic mesh format? See if we can get like an export sample somewhere.
How to export from LiquidGen to Blender. Today, I'll be showing you guys how to export your fluid simulation. Exporting, there's a very important setting I need you guys to come here, which is 24 frame mesh and play. Particle simulation, you have export, and if you want to the directory where you want your mesh to export into, and then
Oh yeah, it's an Alembic file. Oh yeah, you can select it here, Alembic. Yeah, so it should just be like
you
a
select the name
surface
tree
mesh.
where you want it to set import the bubbles because I don't need it's tough.
Okay.
Basic liquid material, and then you can also see the
Yeah,
you have to
should be
open
pretty
your
straightforward.
Atlas. The first thing is the point put this both of so what adjust the alpha that you set point to blend. I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Yeah, man. I think the export and import in Blender seems pretty straightforward. It's very doable. Okay. Yeah, I think honestly, I think you're gonna have fun with LiquidGen. It's very nice. It's very fun.
Okay.
All right. All right. I would say that's it for now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. If you do have the will, though, about the seam of curtains, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that as well, unless it's super straightforward.
Could be pretty straightforward, but let's do a quick test here.
So I basically made this with cloth sim in the first place, but then I baked it.
Okay, the mesh is pretty high density, so I think. I mean, let's just try. Let's see if we can. How quick we can simulate this. Well, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna wait. Where is this? Let's see. I'm gonna select the vertices that should be pinned, that should not move. All these. Like a new group here. Pin, sign. See, are there any weird modifiers on here? Oh, we don't need this, I think. Okay. And then cloth. Oh, should have a timeline down here. Right, every single add-on that exists. Cloth sim. I think the cloth sim is actually pretty solid. I enjoyed the cloth sim in Blender. I don't hate that one so much. Okay, pin groups, pin. Yeah, but it is pretty slow. Yeah, it's working, but it's pretty slow. So in that case, I would create. Maybe we can just turn this into a cage by just duplicating it. And then again here with the remesh, just voxel remesh it. Let's see. Yeah. That could work. Let's see this. Oh, okay, now maybe a little bit more resolution. Oh, that looks terrible. Oh wait, we can use our modifier setup for this, which worked much better. Geometry nodes. Remesh, where is it? Wait, what? Didn't we save it? Oh, it's not here anymore. What the hell? Oh, was it? Oh, it was a different project. I remember. Okay, let's quickly redo it. It wasn't so much work. And this into volume, mesh to volume, and then volume to mesh. Mesh. Maybe here we can actually use the adaptivity. Actually, no, I think not, because then the movement could feel a little bit strange. Ah, the threshold. Yeah, let's make it 0. Adaptivity. Oh, maybe a little bit adaptivity. Okay. Oh, there's so many arrows up there. Okay, let's just try this. Okay. Remesh, save it. Okay, apply it. Then turn this one into wire display. And then do the simulation on this. So I'm gonna these up here, and then also these here. In, right. Can we actually do this with parenting? No. It's, what was it? Cage? Mesh cage? Oh no, that's not it. The form, mesh the form. I think that was that. Select this, bind, and now if we move this, yeah, it's deforming the original mesh. Oh, but it's a bit buggy. I think it needs to be inside of it. That's probably the problem. Yeah, it needs to be an actual cage. So I think we can solve this by just selecting everything and Alt S, scaling it up. Oh, I need to unbind it first. Just scaling it up so it's actually inside everywhere. Shit, there's some stuff up here. So many steps, dude. There's also some bugginess happening here. Ah, okay. Maybe it will still work. Let's see. Okay, only up there it's a bit buggy, but that's okay. Okay. Do we still have do we have this already, the pin? Select, yes, that's fine. Okay, so now we got it pinned, we got it binded, and now let's add some cloth simulation here. Nice, the speed is much better. Let's pin it. Okay, nice. Yeah, the playback speed is very nice. I'm gonna put this into a new collection, call this cloth sim. And then with this cloth sim, let's add force field. Let's do a wind. Add this up.
Yeah, I agree with Splithium. That's a great tip.
Ah, here we go. Alright, so yeah, this is doing something now. Shoo, shoo. Yeah, dude, I think you can fake it like this. Yeah, it runs pretty fast. It looks pretty good, I think. make this into a shot. Oh yeah, maybe I'll do that. Actually, I don't think we need the pin group down here because it's already pretty stiff anyway. So let's move it from the pin group. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I think you can do it like this, right?
Okay, yeah.
A little bit of noise. It doesn't actually do anything, I think. Not really. I never really understood what this noise does. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll leave it to you from here then.
Okay, great. This looks fantastic, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Add that subtle movement and it's gonna look much better, yeah.
Yeah. You can make it extremely subtle, so it looks.
Yeah,
nice.
that's what I was thinking, but just how to do it, that's the thing I was missing.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy this worked.
Thanks.
All right, dude. Yeah, I think that's good for today then,
Hopefully.
right? Nice. All right. Yeah, thank you for coming by, for sending something in, and thank you everyone for watching. I'll be heading off for today. If you want to send something in, if you have a project, let me actually put the link to the submission form here in the chat again. Because everyone in the community can send something in once a month for free, but if you want to send in more, you can get a student membership. But yeah, just check out this link here, and I'll help you on your projects when I have some submissions. All right, everyone, thanks for coming, and I'll do the goodbye thing that we haven't done for a while. All right, and Strax, also have a nice day. I'll see you soon in the server. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.